Quentin Tarantino's 9th film, does it live up to the Tarantino hype, or does it fall flat despite all of the star power? Let's find out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, star-studded cast. We got Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, Kurt Russell, Al Pacino. Those are our biggest names. Man, where to start with this movie? Let's just get into it. Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio. Amazing. These boys put butts in seats. Let's get into what these guys do. So Leonardo DiCaprio plays a character named Rick Dalton. He's an actor in, we're in like 60s, 70s Hollywood, and his career's kind of sunsetting. He's kind of realizing he's not the leading man anymore. He's just playing the heavy or the evil guy in a bunch of kind of budget TV shows. And his stunt double is Cliff Booth, played by Brad Pitt. He's kind of just his right-hand man, his best friend, his driver. He's just kind of his bro. This is what this movie is about, is their relationship. Never did I think we'd get Pitt, DiCaprio on screen together, two leading men. It all starts with Tarantino's screenplay, which again is masterful. They're just playing off each other like fiddles. Like it's nothing for them, like it's second nature, because they're professionals. This is what they do. They are still at the top of their class when it comes to acting. Brad Pitt especially, and he still got it. Like Academy Award Brad Pitt we got here. The two of them are so entertaining. That's really the best part of this movie. What I have an issue with in this movie is that everything wrapped around them kind of gets lost. We have Margot Robbie playing Sharon Tate, who is probably most famous for, being associated with the Manson murders and Charles Manson and the family. The Manson family and Sharon Tate are a part of this story, for sure. Now, Sharon Tate herself plays a very small role. The Manson family in general kind of plays, it's more of a background role. It's kind of a part of the history that DiCaprio and Pitt are existing in. I would say you definitely kind of need to do your research, maybe look up who Sharon Tate is, Charles Manson, the Manson family, how that all, everything that went down. Because I think if you go in blind not knowing anything about that, you're going to be completely lost and not understand what's going on. With that being said, the biggest problem in this movie is that the first 2/3 of this movie are really long in the tooth. It kind of drags on. Everything is, I was still entertained. I was still having a good time, but I was left kind of, I didn't look at my phone. I never looked at my phone. I also didn't talk the whole movie like the lady next to us, who let everyone know what her opinions on every single scene. Don't do that. Don't be that person that talks during movies at full volume, and also don't be the person that looks at their phone and lets it ring 3 times. No, you don't want me in your theater when that goes off. Anyway, first 2/3 of the movie, a little long. They're still critical because they still set little things up that pay off at the end. But there really isn't a main narrative that's pushing us forward. Nothing at the beginning of the movie that's saying like, hey, here's the ultimate goal. Here's where we're going to get to at the end of this movie. That's really not here at all. It's kind of non-existent. And for a lot of people, I think that's going to be a turnoff because you're not going to understand what the hell's going on. I was always kind of waiting for something to kick in gear. I was waiting for like, okay, this is where we're headed. This is what's happening. This is our objective. That never happens. Literally the first 2/3 of the movie happen across like 24 hours or 48 hours, 2 days. So we're just kind of watching them do their thing for 2 to 3 days. And then the third act, 100% authentic Tarantino. He really goes off his knocker, does his thing, and I loved it. The lady next to us didn't love it, and I know that because she made sure to let us know. I love the third act. He does some fun stuff with the end of this movie. It had me leaving the theater feeling satisfied, because without that third act, if it would have played out how I thought it was going to play out, I think I would have really been down a lot more in this movie. Everything leading up to that, you don't really know that it is leading up to that. That's the thing. The first 2 hours and 15 minutes of this 2 hour and 40-minute movie feel really disconnected from that part. Still enjoy loving and watching Brad Pitt and Leo do their thing, but there just wasn't that one thing I could latch on to. Like, Leo's character definitely has a definitive arc that you can follow and understand. He's got some progression in his character, but everything else just kind of happens. That's the thing. This movie isn't bad because of it. Nothing is bad in this movie. It's just, it's very different. It's very different in where you're just kind of watching scenes happen, and none of them are super connected, and it's really just all character play. We're just watching Tarantino write really cool characters, put them in really entertaining scenes, and have some really playful dialogue and banter. And at the end, he just goes and does his Tarantino thing, and either love it or hate it at the end of the day. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. Brad Pitt and DiCaprio buddy cop romance was worth the price of admission for me. I loved everything about them. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give the movie a 7 out of 10. Do you need to run out and go see it in theaters? If you're a Tarantino fan, yes. If you want to see Brad Pitt and DiCaprio, yes. Otherwise, probably not gonna fall in love with this movie. I don't think it's definitely not what you think it is. If you think it's some kind of like biopic or like dramatic retelling of like Manson murders or Sharon Tate, like get that out of your brain right now. It's not about any of that stuff at all. I had a good time. I just wasn't in love with it. I don't know if this is something you need to run out and see right away. And that's my review. If you guys liked it, make sure to let me know. Let me know if you like this movie at all, if I'm wrong, if I'm right, if I'm in the middle, let me know. If you enjoyed this review, please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Let's get this out there. You know, let's get more people seeing this channel. I want to review more movies. I want to get some more people watching this, so I'd really appreciate if you guys did it. And that's it. Stay off your damn phones in the movies.